Hey y'all, welcome to my channel today. My name is Ashley and I am a 11th year first grade teacher here in Texas, and this is going to be a look at my centers. So I've had a couple of you ask me how I kind of run my centers and what I do and all that, like what's my plan and how I get everything set up and ready to go. So that's kind of what we're going to do now. So I'm going to show you. Yesterday we actually sat down and planned, and that really helps me with my first step. So let me show you our plans for next week. Okay, so we actually don't have school on Monday, but I messed up when I was writing this, so I just had to fix it. So these are our lesson plans next week. I do a writing, I write it all out first, that way I can like get my scratches out and get all that done. So that's my first step, is we lesson plan. And then that tells me like what the skills are and stuff that we're doing, so I know what I need to do in centers. So I've noticed that I still have kids struggling with the sight word put. So that is one of our skills that we're gonna be working on next week. They are actually gonna be doing in their WordWork Center, we're gonna be working on the sight word put. Now, I only make them do one thing for the sight word put, okay? They don't have to do like 5,000 different things for the sight word put because we practice it every day anyways. So this is what we do. So I do a low group. I have a low group, my medium baby groups, and then my high group. And I differentiate based on that. And I bought this like sight word pack bundle from, oh my gosh, hang on. I have it pulled up because I always keep it pulled up. It is from Simply Kinder, and it's just like, I think it's like called Kinder sight words or something like that. But it has majority of the ones we're doing. It hasn't had all of them. It didn't have how, which I thought was weird. So it didn't have how, and that's the only one so far that it hasn't had. Oh, and like, I don't think I had push or talk. It had walk, but it didn't talk. So I think that's the only one that it hasn't had so far. The only ones it hasn't had so far, but it's had everything else. But it is geared towards more kinder. So this is what they're doing next week for their sight words, and this their word work. So step one is I always try and figure out my word work first. What sight words are we struggling with? What skill are we struggling with that we need to work on? We've already done all of our short sounds. We did like a word search thing for that. So we did that, but this is what we're going to be doing for our word work. So I got these from that bundle. She has one for each word, and this was the one I picked for my low babies. It's super simple, super easy for them. They just color their word put, they trace it, they write it, and then they color all the puts. And then my kids that are like on level are doing this one. So they color put, and they're supposed to say it every time they do it too. They color all the puts, find them all, trace it, and then write it 3 times, and then they're gonna build the word. And then my higher babies are doing this one. So they're gonna trace it, write it, read the sentence, and then build the sentence on this line right here. And then they're gonna rewrite the sentence, and then they're gonna draw a picture to go with it. So that is what they are doing for their WordWork Center. I wanted something that would go along with the word put because we were still struggling with that. And like, I mean, struggling with off the wall answers that don't even match what is being said, what is with the word. So this is what we're gonna be doing. So I have this, and then that was my word work. And then my writing center, I haven't made those copies, but that's usually my next step. So I start with word work and then I go to writing. And right now we're working on just writing a complete sentence. So I've been using, I cannot remember her name. It's a differentiated writing pack that I bought off of TPT, and it's amazing, y'all. It's okay, I'm looking it up right now for you guys. But it's great. It's got lots of different options you can choose from within the pack. Okay, so first it goes into like your vocabulary cards. So you have a ton of different vocabulary cards and lots of different options. Excuse me. Okay. And then they can have their own set of vocabulary cards. They can make their books of the vocabulary cards. Like, there's all kinds of stuff to go with it, and then that's your next section. We are working on this. So this is, nope, that's story it. We're working on sentences, sorry. I went too far. No, that's label it. Oh, I didn't go far enough. So this is what we're working on. This is probably not the story we're gonna do, but This is one option you can do. They just read it and it builds to it every time. This one, they read the sentence, they trace the sentence. This one, they read it, they trace it, and then they build it. This one, they just rewrite the sentence that is there. And this one, they come up with their own sentence about the picture. All right, I'm gonna have to leave that one down below because her name is not in that bundle. I just looked and it's not in there. So I have no idea. But that is what I am using for my writing center right now. Until we build that, I can make my own sentence and have all the things that I need to have in it. And then we'll start working on like writing a story. So for the low babies, I usually do where they read the sentence and then they trace the sentence, and then the medium babies, they read the sentence, they trace the sentence, they build the sentence, and my high babies have to come up with their own sentence. So that's just what I've been doing. And it seems to be working for them. They're doing really well. I still have a couple of kids that are, you know, forgetting a couple things. So yeah, or some kids are struggling to read me the sentence, and it's just things like that, but we're doing good. Right now we have up our, I don't know if I showed you guys this, but we have up our little Dracula's from I Love My Fangs. I am about to work, we don't do centers on, I'm getting ahead of myself, just ignore that. Okay. So that is their writing center. I have not found their social studies center. So for social studies, I do have them do something in centers, but usually what we do is from the week before. So I spend a whole week on the lesson. We're talking about it. We're engaging about it. We're discussing it. And then the next week they do something based on that in their centers. So they've already had like the background, I've already built their background knowledge. They already know about all of it. And now we're just getting it a center. So that's the one you can see on my centers down here. I have not wrote yet because I have not figured that one out yet. So that is my next goal. So I guess that's what I'm gonna go. Usually I'll go hunt on TPT to see if they have anything. So I'm gonna go do that real quick and see if I can find anything. But this is just like my first couple steps to getting my centers, is I just find the materials that I want to do in them, and then I'll show you how they function, how they work a little later. Okay guys, I shared with you the other day what I was doing in centers and all that. So I wanted to come on again today and kind of finish up this video. So we got our pictures back today. I need to send them home, but sorry about my share. But I wanted to kind of show you how I run centers and all that. So I'm gonna try my best without showing any names, but it's gonna be really hard. So just bear with me. So let me pull up my PowerPoint without the names on it so I can kind of show y'all what the PowerPoint and everything looks like that I am doing, because this is kind of, okay, so my kids do 2 rotations every single day. We don't do more than that because I feel like it just, last year we tried to rotate more times, and 1, I just didn't have the time, and 2, I felt like the kids weren't really getting to do the center like I needed them to do it. So I changed things up this year, and I'm actually kind of really liking the change up. I feel like it's really helped them. Sorry, I'm pulling up my slides, so that's why I'm not looking at you. I feel like it's really helped with the change up. It's just a matter of, you know, getting that slide. So hang on 1 second. I'm just gonna pull the slides over and I'm gonna show you what they look like blank without the names. So I hope that's okay. Okay, give me 1 second and I will flip you around and show you. Okay, so this is what the kids see. This is the first slide that displays, actually I'm gonna make it like a display. So this is the first slide they see when I'm going through my PowerPoint. This is what displays, and it has my word work, and they can see word work are these, and then writing are these. And then these are the animals that I have, and I'll show you those in a little bit. So I have the lion. If you're in the lion group, you're doing these. If you're in the elephant group, this is what you're doing. And if you're in the zebra group, this is what you're doing. Everyone does this. So this is what I have set up for the next week that we're about to do. So, and this is the social studies paper. And then I show them this, and this is their choice board. This is what they can do when they get finished, and I'll show you them. But we have our early finisher cart, we have our AR, we have our freckle, and a read. So if they finish their center, because some kids, of course, will get, this is super easy. They'll, of course, get done with that super fast. And none of them take like too long because I only have 20 minutes in each center, and I need them to get their work done. So we always do a word work where we're focusing on like a sight word or a skill. This week we just had them to be focusing on a sight word because they were struggling with that sight word like I told you all earlier in the video. And this week we're practicing writing a sentence. So my lower babies have this, and then I have these for the average kids, and then I have this one for the higher kids, because they're still struggling with writing a sentence and writing, so I want to incorporate writing a sentence in my classroom. And then this is what we did in social studies this past week. It was talking about public officials, and I just want them to match the public official with what they are the leader of, because that's what we try and I harped on a lot this week with them. So that's what we're doing in centers. And then this comes up next, and I go over their choices. I go, okay, when you finish, you can do your finish your cart, you can take an AR test, you can do Freckle, you can do reading. Sorry, my gerbils are running on their wheel. And then this is the next slide they see. So all my kids start here on Monday. They're all under the catch-up area, and it has everything that they need to turn in. So for example, if I had Tim, I would put Tim here, and then I would say he needs to do word work, social studies, writing. Those are the 3 papers that we usually have to turn in. And then once they have gone to every center and they have turned everything in, they get put on the pickle side. If for some reason they didn't get to finish the word work center because they didn't have time or I pulled them for a small group, they stay over here with that word work thing, and then that lets them know on our catch-up day they need to finish that for me. So this is just, I display this every single day, and I update it every day as much as I can. And so if they finish the writing center that day, the writing will be taken off of their name. So this is what they see. So hang on one second. I just wrote some random names in so you could kind of see what I'm talking about. So for example, this is what everyone, So Tim is what everyone starts with on Monday, the first day of the week. And then every time they get something done, I take it off. So Jane has clearly finished her social studies, so she only has these 2 left to do, which she hasn't got to those centers yet. So that is why she has them. And then once they have completed everything, they get moved to the pickle side. And that just means that they can pick their activity instead of having to do the center. So if they're on the pickle side, they can go straight to the fast finisher cart or anything like that. So, and then the next thing they see is this is their rotations. This is how I show them where they are. So we go 2 rounds every single day. So I have the pink group, the yellow group, the green group, the blue group, and the purple group. And the way I do my centers is I mix my kids. I don't mix them by all my A's here, all my B's here. I used to do that. It just didn't work, and I'll explain that in a second. So they go round 1. So we do 2 rotations, like I said. This will be their round 1, and I do pictures because it helps them. And then this is the picture of the table that it's at. So they can see that I'm at Freckle, and it's at the elephant table. I'm at typing.com, and it's at the lion table. I'm at social studies, but it's at the zebra table. And then I have a specific word work center and a writing center. They have specific tables. And of course, Read to Self is in the library. So that is what they do every day. These are the centers we have. We have Freckle, we have typing.com, we have word work, we have writing, we have social studies, and we have Read to Self. Those are the centers that I do every single day. And let me just start this out by saying every teacher is different with the way that they group kids. So just because I do it this way does not mean it's the correct way to do it. I group my kids, I group them together. I put some lows, some mediums, and some highs. And then I also do I mix kids. So if I have 2 kids that their personalities don't get together, I don't put them together. Or if I see that maybe these 2 kids are in the center together, but they don't work well together, I'll move them around. I move them around based on what they're needing. So hang on one second. I don't have to delete that, but whatever. That is one of the ways that I do this is I mix them, I group them, because then if a lower kid is struggling, then my higher kid can kind of help them and guide them along. And I really work with my higher kids and teach them how to help. Actually, I teach all the kids, but I explicitly teach how to help someone versus giving them the answer. So, we do that. That's part of our routines for the first week of school or something, or the first or second week of school before we fully do our centers. It's one of the things that we do. I model, we practice, we model, we practice, we model, we practice. It's just a constant thing. I model and we teach. I go over with them of how we help a friend instead of giving our friend the answer. And then I talk about why that's important and why Miss Hemphill needs you to not just give them the answer, and why Miss Hemphill needs you to just share your knowledge and not your answer. So that's one of the things we do. And then I will take you and I will show you the center stuff. Okay, this is where their names are for their groups. So it just says animal groups at the top, and then right here it has the different animal groups, and this is how they know what group they're in. And then down here is where they get their group work. So I've already put their stuff in here for next week. It's Friday, by the way. And the animal group correlates with the same animal up there, and it correlates with the same animal that's in the PowerPoint. And I have the same animal over here that I do in WordWork. This is our writing center. So they see what animal group they're in, and then they pull that, they get their work, they go to their center. That's what we were doing today. So, and then same thing here. And then I have the same thing over here at WordWork. I don't have it doubled, like I don't have the same like thing over here, but it's the same thing over there. So I have my animal groups, they grab from the animal group that they're in, and they sit and they do their center. Okay, so that's, oh, well, I guess I could show you the centers. But I have, so this is the writing center. They have their little stools and everything they need. The lost and found's right beside it. But I set this up with all of the supplies they might need. So it has, I just changed out some fun erasers. They have their pencils. They have some matte pencils and crayons and markers that they could possibly use. So this is their, apparently I lost a lid. This is their WordWork center with their WordWork thing. And then that's just random stuff, but tissues and stuff by the center. And then over here is their writing center. That thing I got off Amazon. This one is from the Target Dollar Spot, and I really like the size of this one. So I got this one. It's the same stuff. The only thing this one has is pins that the other one doesn't have, because we do like editing and stuff, but we do that later on. So that's the writing center, writing bucket right there. And then of course there's like other stuff. And these I do have over here for the writing center, like they can do, but I ended up putting them in the turny thingy. So, and then they have a little, when the pencils are broken, they put them in there. And they have the same thing over here. So when those pencils are broken in that thing, they put them in there and I can sharpen them. So, and then the other centers are just here. So this is my lion center. This is my, I'm trying to not show names on these things. Zebra center right here for social studies, typing.com. And then this is my elephant group for, oh gosh, what is that center? Freckle. The other thing I wanted to show you is that every table has a crown box on it. And then if they need their glue or their scissors, which they don't need very often, it is kept here in this little thing right here. So they can go get their scissors, their glue, and whatever they need to be successful. Okay, and then when it comes to my small groups, just like in their centers, I meet with 2 groups every single day. And that means I usually get to every group twice a week, which is great, which is wonderful. And I just call them. So I will call them from their table, from whatever group they're in, whatever center they're in. I'll just call them. I'll say, okay, I need Tim, I need Jane, I need Sam, I need, y'all are at my group. We're doing a centers. And one of the things I've been doing for my small groups, which I can go into more detail in small groups if y'all are interested, I can do a whole little thing, is if they do good for me, they get, I have these little punch cards right here. They get to get a punch on their card, and once their card is full, they can pick from the sticker store, which is up here. I got this beautiful sticker store. So wonderful. Yeah. I think I need to, oh no, I already folded up, but yeah, so that's what I've been doing for small group. And I get 20 minutes with each group, which is, seems to be good enough time. We're able to do a cold read, do a familiar read, and then we do our word work, whatever that is. So that is my centers, y'all. That's pretty much what I do. Oh, I forgot to show you the fast This is the fast finisher cart. So when they are done, they can come here. And it's really helped, y'all. So I have new coloring pages go here every single day. I put the new coloring pages here every day. And then they have the book review pages they can do. Right now I have it like Halloween themed. Then they have Sightwords. I have some Halloween ones in there. They can do coloring pages, which this is the book we just read. I have how to draw things, a roll and write. So I have some writing pages in there, and then the roll and write. I have a free draw, so it's just like extra paper that I just paper we didn't use or whatever. And I have the back side that they can use and all that fun stuff. So, and then I have some word searches. So I have some Halloween ones in here right now. Oh, and this tub, of course, is not doing what it needs to do. Okay, hang on one second. Okay, and then I have stem bins. So right now I have a couple different stem bin bags in here that they can pick, and I always have a puzzle. I know it's not a stem thing, but I always have a puzzle in here that they can do. So I have a puzzle in there right now. I think I'm about to switch some of these and switch the puzzle. And then I have a word work station, which is they can do like, oh, that is a stem bin thing. They can do like extra word work if they want. They never choose that though, y'all. And then I have a game station. So right now I just have my tic-tac-toe, that is the pumpkin, and I have my pumpkin thrower, and then I have my little football throwing thing. Actually, I think they've lost the football, so I don't even think that works anymore. But that is what, clearly they don't throw their trash away. That is what I have in the fast finisher cart, and they really, really like it. Right now, they're really loving that throw thing. So that's awesome. But that is the fast finisher. So that cart has been the most amazing thing I have ever done in my life. Like, such a good idea. I just implemented that this year too. And oh my gosh, it saves the kids from coming up to me and asking, what can I do now that I'm done? They know their options. They know they can go to the fast finisher cart. They know they can take an AR test. They can read, they know. So that is it for this, guys. That's all I have for centers. That's pretty much what I do. If you have any more questions about how I do centers or what I do in centers or anything like that, just leave a comment down below. I will try my best to link all the materials that I use, but as you can tell, I'm not very good about doing the description, so I'm going to try my very, 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 very best to do it this time. So that's all I got for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Bye, y'all.